Welcome back to Sportsbook Review Videos. We split a pair of NBA picks on Sunday evening, and now it is time for me to release two more of my NBA best bets here for Monday evening, and we will start it off with the first game of the evening in Charlotte, where the Minnesota Timberwolves are coming into town to play the Hornets in Buzz City, and the Hornets come in as a 9-point favorite in this one, total of 212.5 points. Now, Charlotte has been one of the better teams over the last 2 weeks or so, looking like a very comparable team and a very hard out here in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. And now with the Wolves coming into town, and the total for this one already continuing to rise here up to 213 at some sports books. I think I'm following the trends here and going with the over on these two teams for a couple of reasons. For starters, the Wolves have been basically a virtual lock on the road cashing the over this season. They are 21-9 this year, cashing the over on the road this season, giving up about 114 points per game in their last 7 road games. And coming into this one, Charlotte's cashed the over in 3 straight games and has been on fire offensively here, averaging nearly 118 points per game over their last 3, cashing the over in all 3 of those games heading into this one. So even though a couple of those games were against pretty bad defensive teams in the Sixers and the Suns, the Wolves have been pretty horrible on defense here recently, giving up about 25 free throws per game on the road this season, which means that hopefully Charlotte will be spending a ton of time getting points while the clock is not running here tonight, which will definitely help our overplay in this one. Of course, Minnesota been very good cashing the over already overall this season, cashing it in 6 of their last 7 overall heading into this one. Of course, 6-0-1, cashing the over in their last 7 road games. I'm going to go over 212.5 tonight, add it to your NBA picks. Now, next up and finally is the Golden State Warriors playing host to the Orlando Magic, and the Warriors come in as a 14-point favorite in this one. Total of about 222 points. Now, of course, the Warriors were on the receiving end of what is likely the biggest upset the NBA has seen in quite some time, if at all, this season. Last night against the Los Angeles Lakers, but now coming in off the back-to-back, there's going to be a lot of teams, or a lot of people, I think, fading them against the Orlando Magic, giving 14 points in this one. However, the Dubs have been very good, not only on the second half of a back-to-back, but they've also been very good coming off of a straight-up loss this season. The Dubs are 11-4 against the spread on no rest this year, which is the best mark of any team in the NBA. They're also 3-1-1 against the spread when coming off of a straight-up loss. Been very good covering the spread. The only team they have not covered against on the second off of a straight-up loss is the Los Angeles Clippers. Of course, a much better team than the Orlando Magic here tonight. And I think with getting waken up by the loss to the Lakers last night, I think the Warriors will continue their streak of being a solid place both straight up and against the spread. Magic have been beaten pretty easily in both their last 2 road games coming into this one. So I think the trends are on our way. Look for the Warriors to cover this one at -14. Those are your NBA picks of the day. Make sure you check out my play on the Bucks and the Bulls as well tonight. But until then, for Sportsbook Review, I'm Jordan Sharp.